So, hi guys. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my cell phone story. Basically, I know yesterday I did the iPhone story about, how I got the iPhone and what made me get it and all that good stuff. So you guys, if you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check that out. But today I'm going to be talking about all the cell phones I had. So I'm going to get right into this so this video is not extremely long. Okay. So I had my first cell phone when I was 13. It was just a little flip phone. Now, there was a funny story behind me getting it. Okay. So, my brother and I both didn't have cell phones, and my mom kind of wanted us to have cell phones so she can keep in contact with us when we were at my dad's house, because a lot of the times he wouldn't answer the phone if it was her. So she wanted us to have a way to contact her and a way where she could contact us. So one day she picked us up from summer camp and we got in the car and she said to me, well, she said to both of us, she's like, I think you guys are sitting on something. And I thought it was a seatbelt. Maybe I was sitting on the seatbelt buckle and I can't buckle up if I'm sitting on it. So I thought I'd, better get up and check. Make sure I'm not sitting on the seatbelt buckle. So I got up and I checked. And there was a little flip phone on the seat. So, yeah, there were our phones. So that it was not a seatbelt buckle. Now, this was just a little flip phone. My brother and I, our numbers are the same except for one digit. So, yeah. But it was a little flip phone and, it didn't talk or anything. So, all I was able to do was make phone calls. And I had that phone for about 5 months because I was in the Verizon store and I actually saw a better phone. So, okay, so I was in the Verizon store and I saw a better phone and it was I don't remember what it was called or anything, but it had a big speaker on it and it read some things. I mean, still I couldn't text. All I was able to do was talk, but it read to me my missed calls. It told me who was calling. I was able to say a command. I was able to tell it to call someone. Well, I was able to do that on the old phone too, but it wasn't accessible. So it didn't, while the phone wasn't like totally accessible, it read some things. So, yeah, it read some things, but not everything. So, I decided that I wanted that phone for Christmas. I saw it in like September and I got it for Christmas. So I had the first phone for about 5 months and then I had that phone for about 2 years, I'd say. Yeah, about 2 years. And then I heard about a phone that can read texts. No, it was not an iPhone. It was, for those of you that have heard of it, called the Verizon. It's Verizon, but it's called the Envy. So it flipped to the side and it had a QWERTY keyboard. So a few of my friends were telling me about it. That like, we have this phone that flips to the side. It has a keyboard, and you would press the space bar, and it would read the message. Well, first you would open the message, and then you would press the space bar, and it would read the message. So I wanted that phone, and it's funny because at first we couldn't figure out how to get it to read the text. My brother, he tried and he couldn't figure it out. So we were going to send the phone back. But it's a good thing we didn't. Because I was going to, go back to my old phone. But it's a good thing we didn't because I had asked my friend how to set it up and she told me how to do it. So, yeah, I was able to text. And I was like 15 when I was able to text. So, yeah. And then so that was the first Envy. And then I got the Envy 2 about a year later for Christmas because I wanted the Envy 2 because it had added features, new ringtones, inbox was able to hold more texts. So I wanted the Envy 2. And I got it for Christmas. So the Envy 2 kind of looked like a brick. And then I had the Envy 2 for about a year and then I decided I wanted the Envy 3. So I got the Envy 3 a year later, and the Envy 3 had the space bar in the middle, and it had a problem, but it wasn't just with my phone, it was like with all of them, where it would just automatically turn off by itself. but that was a problem with all of them, not just my phone. So yeah. So the only difference was really the space bar in the middle, but other than that, it was like very similar. And also, so I had that phone for not even a year. Yeah, not even a year, because I got this phone called the Samsung Haven. It was a basic flip phone. A friend of mine had it. He had it, and it was accessible. It talked. It read like everything pretty much, and it was. And I wanted it because he had it, and it was. Because the thing that was annoying with the Envy phones, because like the Envy phones, again, they talked, like they read the text messages, they read like some of the menus, but they did not read everything. So when someone would text me and I wasn't near the phone, I would just open a message, read it, and I wouldn't always know who it was from, which was really annoying. So that was partly why I wanted it, because if I wasn't near the phone and I went to check it, I would know who the message was from. And then I had that for about a little over a year. So I had the Haven phone, and then I got, because even on the Envy phones and the previous phones I had, I couldn't set an alarm. At least with the Haven, I was able to set an alarm if I needed to set alarms for something. And then a little more than a year later, I got an Android phone. If you guys listen to my iPhone story, you'll know, that I had it's called the LG Enlighten. So I got the LG Enlighten because somebody recommended it to me on Twitter. Because I didn't want the iPhone back then. I don't know, like I said, I don't know why, but I just didn't. Because I would have gotten the iPhone 4S, but I just didn't want it. I don't know why, but I just didn't. So, yeah. So somebody recommended to me on Twitter to get the LG Enlighten, and because it was a phone that she had at the time, and it was an older Android, and plus it was not a complete Android, which, I don't really understand what that means, because it's either an Android or it's not, but it was not a complete Android, whatever that means. So it wasn't very accessible. I mean, the only thing I was able to do on there was talk and text, and I think I was able to set an alarm, and but I couldn't read my emails. I couldn't I couldn't go on Facebook. I couldn't go on the internet because it wasn't very accessible. It had a touch screen. The whole front of it was a touch screen, and then it had a keyboard that slid out like a drawer. So it would slide out. Kind of like one of those slider phones, but a keyboard slid out. So I had that phone for, I would say, about a year. And then a year later, I got my iPhone 5. Because if you guys listen to my iPhone story, you will know that I didn't want the iPhone. I showed no interest in it at all until a few months before I got it. I was asking about it. People were telling me about it, and I was like, you know what? I want it. So I just turned around. I changed my mind like that. So yeah. So a year later, I got my iPhone 5, and this is in 2012. So then in 2015, I got an iPhone 6. And because I just wanted it because I just wanted a newer phone. So yeah, that's basically my cell phone story. And then to this day, I still have the iPhone 6. So yeah, so I've been through 10 cell phones. Not because they broke, just because I just wanted a new phone because of new features and stuff. But yeah. So that's basically it. And I've been using a cell phone I've had a cell phone since 2005, so 11 years I've had a cell phone. So I've had a cell phone since I was 13, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did. And be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. and leave some comments, if you have any questions, any video requests, any comments, leave them down below and I will get back to you when I can. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.